Good morning, everyone. May 24th. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew, where we're going to discuss the setups today, where the market is at, it's ranging right now, and what is potentially coming down the road. So today we do have Fed Chairman Powell speaking today at 12:20, like an interview type of process, not like a speaking in the capacity of the FMOC, even though he represents the FMOC. So we have to pay attention. 12:20. I can't find the link or who is it with, but it's somewhere. We also have this very vital news here coming up, and I'm going to take myself out here for a second. But basically, so we're coming upon June. June is next month. It's a big ordeal. It's the end of quarter month, where also a lot of rebalancing is happening. So, but I just found this out, and this is probably why we've been seeing a lot of bullish activity recently. Bloomberg stocks can recover 250 billion rebalance flow. JP Morgan says big funds to reboost. So basically what they're going to do, this could add more volatility to the market. So we're talking about 100 to 200 points XPX days if this comes through, and this could be fairly bullish for a day. But remember, when we talked about our group in a Patreon group that, I put in a STF R, which means sell the effing rip, right? That's where we're at. The market goes up one day and then it's down the next day, as clearly as you can see where we're at right now. What's up, James? How's it going, James? But basically, do not buy the dip. No bit dip binds. As far as what else is going down the road, wasn't here yesterday because I was delayed for like 5 hours, right? In Jacksonville recently this weekend. But excuse me. We have Richmond speaking at 10 a.m. He's a Fed chairman. Tomorrow we have the FOMC minutes and meeting at 2 o'clock. Pay attention to that. I wouldn't get into a long position, short position for a day until after that event, probably like 2:30, 2:45, and see if the market moves. You can trade the Beyond Charts, squeezing method, and that should work, but we'll see. We do have jobless claims and another Kansas City Fed on 11 o'clock on Thursday. And then on Friday, University of Michigan, core inflation, not really much. But I think Wednesday's going to be the big day. What else do we have here? Stocks can recover. And then we have Powell. If you guys want to look for Powell's speech and maybe add it to the chat. But I'm trying to look for it. I'll find it one way, shape, or form. But it's 12:20 today. It's good to know. Now, the other item that can crater the markets, which we talked about yesterday, and I had to go back and research it, was, you're right. Yesterday we discussed that Powell did say that they did not discuss 75 basis points. Okay, that's what he said. Now, if in the minutes it comes out and it says that they discussed the 75 basis points, then that could be a problem. Good morning. Good morning. That could be the problem. That can create the market, right? That can create the market. And then we're gonna have sub 3,800 on the markets. But is he gonna say that? Don't know. What's up, Moses? What's up? So don't know if that is going to be possible. But you gotta, he kind of lied the last time. So don't know if the market is gonna brace himself for that at this moment of time. But anyway, we do have a little bit of bullishness, but not enough. I think we're going to be range day. Yesterday during class, we said that we're probably going to stay below 39.50 and we're going to be in this range. Right now, the E-minis are at the 50-day moving average. Overnight is sold off to the lows of yesterday, which we set around 39.08, and it kind of hit this 39.10. So right now, if I were to guess, the MACDs on the hourlies can go either way. We're slightly bearish. The lines are below, but let's see when it comes up and what could happen. So this could be the second sell-off off the 50 if it goes that way. Now, we do have about another hour, so we're going to see what this candle light produces. Is it going back up? Does this cross? And they're probably going to know in the next 2 hours. As far as the E-mini futures here, nice sell-off from the class. We had the 50s selling off, momentum died down, and this is what I'm talking about, that it's kind of died up and it's coming back up. So basically this could have been an exhaustion sell and then reverse, but that was reversing, heading back up to the 50. Now what happens here is it bounces, does it go higher? We're at 39.30. That was the number that we gave last night. And that's where there was a lot of trading there over the last couple of weeks. So right now, pre-market, we got to watch that 39.38. That's where it sold off, and 39.50. if we're probably going to stay in this range. Now, guys, if you're going to buy puts, you want to buy the puts on the top of the range, right? And when you sell puts and then if you want to buy calls on the bottom of the range here until this is, so we know we're breaking out right now. We know what we're dealing with, right? I don't think the market's going to pick a direction beyond this until Powell, unless something else comes out. But, there's maybe 3-4 unknowns at this moment of time. But so far, I think the market has priced in quite a bit of the negative news out there. So we'll see. Right now, market wants to rally. Let it rally. It's sold off pretty good. It's squeezing right now on the 1-minute time frame, trying to rally up. Let it do its thing. Let it go up. Let's see how far it goes. And it's probably going to do that probably in the next, it has like 50-something candles. It just started. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes up to that 39.30 and pre-market, which was right in here, 39.38. All right, as far as the VIX, the VIX is just hanging steady. Excuse me. The VIX is just hanging steady. I'm drinking coffee with dairy, and every time I eat dairy, I don't love it, but I hate it. The VIX, it's right here. If it starts climbing here, that's going to tell me that fear is going to enter the marketplace, and we could probably head lower and retest the lows of last Friday. That is a possibility. I'm going to put it on the table, and we'll see. Again, just going to put it right there. And if we start breaking above 30.36, then that means we're really going to test the lows. If we start breaking below 28, then that means we're probably going to go a little higher. But just watch that. As far as the 10-year note, nice little flag pattern. Just kind of still very bullish, which is not good. But it likes it here for today at 2.8. But at some moment, I feel like this is going to bounce higher, maybe by Wednesday or Thursday. Let's look at the, we'll do spiders. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's action, the thing about Bitcoin, there's a lot of buyers it's being held, right? And I get this pivot point of 26,000. A lot of buyers came in and it's being held at this 28,000. I don't know for how long, but it's a nice little area where it's pivoting. I'm seeing momentum shift into the upside in this sideways action. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what this develops. Let's see all the moving averages can converge and time in together, but it looks pretty good, not selling off. Same with Ethereum. Ethereum is being held right at that level of 1900, 1950. So we'll see what happens there. MicroStrategy pivoting, but we'll see. If this can go up, then MicroStrategy is going to go up. It just follows it to a T. All right, so we got that. As far as Apple, Apple's pretty strong here. If Apple breaks below 140 today, then if Apple breaks below 140 today pre-market, then basically that is something that you should be alerted. I'm just going to put the alert up there to see what happens. But right now it's being bought above 140. The XPX is going to really have a hard time going below 3900, 3908. So just that's the correlation there. As far as, let me go back to this one here. So the XPX, it looks like on the XPX, we're at 39.73. We're going to open at 39.32, which puts me at 39.42, which is right in here. Momentum is still dying down, so there's a possibility we maybe can go back down a little bit or held right in this area around 39.40 on the XPX, the original XPX. NASDAQ, probably going to consolidate here at the highs, so there's a Russell. And Google, it looks like it's about to go. Now, here's the thing with Google, guys. Snap came out yesterday and said that their sales were terrible, advertising's bad. Well, that's what everybody's been saying. Like recession, advertising was bad, and so forth. Now they're going to announce earnings next month. So basically, if Google sales were good, and they're trying to prop the market up, wouldn't you come out, if they knew the sales were good, wouldn't you come out and say something like, hey, no, our sales are doing amazing, we can't wait for the next quarter? So nobody's really coming out like that yet to defend their position. And if they can't defend it, that means they probably don't have the position. So I'm just kind of looking at the news and looking at it from a different point of view. Amazon, about to crater. Let's see what happens here. So they're selling the rips. They're selling the rips. Tesla, 650. We'll see what happens here. It did get bought at 630, and it got bought at 632. But ultimately, it's being sold off, guys. ISRG tried to go yesterday, but again, sideways consolidation. CMG 1290, so not good. All right, so let's go over here. Goldman Sachs was the one that kind of revved up the markets yesterday. It was up about $11, $13. If this thing goes negative, watch that. That's also going to put pressure on the overall markets. Netflix, and look at Roku. Roku's garbage. Like I said yesterday in the class, this thing was like a $500 stock. And this is Kathy Wood's biggest position, which I don't really understand. And NVIDIA going sideways, and you got Mercado Libre, and you have Apple. So if Apple goes negative here, guys, you know, it's trying to prop up, but if it breaks 140, look out below. I mean, Shopify is another one that's kind of, you know, we like to trade that one too. I haven't traded it in a while, but let's see what happens. So let's look at Apple, where Apple's at. Apple had a nice pivot yesterday with this beautiful pivot here on the 1 minute time frame, 140 to about 141. A lot of selling pressure right here on Apple at that 140, 151. So don't know if it's going to get through. The 1 minute says that it's still got time to go, maybe a little bit, but it's probably going to come to the end. Still fairly bullish, right? Because the two lines are still up there. Now, as far as the Apple right here, if the lines can, if this breaks through zero on the 15-minute time frame, then that probably can suggest that Apple's probably going to linger in this area and not go down. Or is Apple going to turn down? And that would be equivalent to a dead cat bounce setup, meaning that this is a high, that's a high there, this is a low, and this high is about to bounce lower and break through. So let's see what happens here. We need this to cross, and we need this to cross. As far as weakness here on the hourlies, we are seeing some weakness here, but it can go either way. It can go up. Above zero is bullish. So we'll see which way the swing goes. All right, so let's see. Let's look at Shopify real quick. Shopify. Shopify. Let me look at it from a daily point of view here. Okay, so Shopify does have a split. Okay, they are splitting 10 to 1. Wow. It's going to be a $35 stock. Okay, so, yeah, thing is splitting. Nobody's buying it. We'll see. Looks like it probably can rally too far away here. We don't like it. All right, let's go into spiders. Let's go into QQQs. I'm going to save the spot for last. The Qs, all right. The Qs here are, let's see the Qs. The Qs are right here. Just kind of lingering. They're right at the 50. Has some selling pressure at 294. Probably going to rally maybe in this area and see what happens at the open. Okay, let's look at IWM. I forgot to do the overall markets, guys. I'll do that next. IWM. Same type of thing. Let's see what happens here. Something big is going to happen. Maybe it'll stay there till Wednesday. All right, but the overall markets is something I wanted to show you, and I kind of shared this with the class. We had a huge sell-off here, and this is the key area we're going to be looking for, 3808. If we ever take that out, look out below. But, right now we suggested the market could stay in this area, but you never know. There's always going to be that one fund that's going to unload the fastest, the quickest, and if they do, they're going to be the first one jumping ship, and soon the others will follow. I just don't know. And usually at key areas, this is what we look for. And we're now at that 20% mark where, you know, a lot of algos will be very, very active. So, but as far as the MACDs, we noticed that it's about to squeeze. There's usually going to be an exhaustion sell that won't last very long and it'll be bought, or it's going to be reverse. And this usually takes 2-3 days from where it is right now, maybe the end of the week. Same here and same here. You can see that the Russell kind of is bullish, right? And then the price action is kind of telling me, but they're selling the rips, guys. So again, they're selling the rips. The market has up days, and then they're just selling the rips. All right. So as far as the E-minis, 39.35. Let's see what happens at 39.30. It's getting stuck. All right, on the table for today. Let's look. The 360s that you guys bought, I know some of you got them. They're probably going to be printing. I don't know where you got them, but they'll probably should be opening up. Probably around the same price, 80 cents or so, 83, somewhere in there, maybe a little higher. But let's see. As far as the spiders, let me go in here. Let me reset that. We definitely have this price action going up, lower highs. But the E-mini is going to give you a better accurate statement. That's why I'm looking at the E-mini. So let's look at that. We have 392. All right, right now we have 392. This is 393. All right, let's see what this thing goes. It's probably going to consolidate, maybe come back down, stay in this range here of 30, 39.30. And let's see what happens here. If we get a nice squeeze here, this right now, this is about to squeeze, but very bearish. All lines, it probably looks like a dead cat bounce here that can probably roll over. This is turning bullish, and this could be bullish. So maybe it consolidates in this area. But watch it here. It probably can move, right? We have all of them lining up right now. 1, 2. So if the trade's to the upside, it's probably going to be quick. Remember, you got 39.50. If it's to the downside, you're going to have 3,900, and then you have 39.50. You have a couple key levels here. There's a little one here at 39.30. So trade accordingly. Looks like it's coming to the end here. So probably should consolidate for the next 45 minutes. All right, get you guys ready. Get yourself ready. Put up the 410s, 415s, 410s, 400s, 405. Look for about $1-ish area. No more, no less than 50 cents. Around $1 for the upside. Downside, same type of thing. It's probably gonna be around the 360s, maybe 370s, somewhere there. 2 weeks out. If you want to add a week, you can. All right, guys, that's all we got. That's all we have. Get ready, and let's go out there, go get it. All right, just stay. I'll see you guys in the chat, and we'll talk soon.